competition for, can I, have both of those goals? It seems a little bit big to tackle two different things that, can I be in the best fitness that I've ever been in my life, and also, finally really tackle one of the callings I've known I have in my life since a young age. So.
Yeah, great. Okay, so fitness isn't really an issue. It sounds like you've developed some confidence there, and confidence always helps.
Yeah, it's
but
just
no
another
real
thing
issue.
that I want to tackle at the same time.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay. Future. That's relating to your understanding of God's plan for you. Do you feel in any way that your songwriting is in conflict or not in alignment with what you understand to be God's plan for you?
No, I mean, I've faced that thought or fear so many times, thinking, okay, here I'm going to finally find out that this isn't for you. That God would just kind of let me go softly and say, hey, David, it's nice that you enjoy this, but it's not really. I'm always ready to hear that, but it's always, I more so try to pull away from it myself, and it's God, and through people around me, and just through confirming different things that this is what you need to do.
Right. Okay. Well, that sounds good. So I think we can move on from there. It sounds like you have a confidence in that. And then the last one was fun.
Right, fun.
Which is really just covering your emotional balance. Everyone has this sort of space carved out in their life that they need to have a healthy mental, emotional state. And that's just our part of being responsible and stewarding ourselves. So do you feel that this goal for writing music, is it throwing your emotional zone into upheaval? Are you healthy in that emotional place while you're seeking to develop your musical skills, writing skills?
Yeah, actually, I think it will resolve certain but I mean, I think that's the kind of thing about songwriting, or just any kind of creative types. There's a lot of stereotypes around there where it's like it eats at you to not write something, but it also eats at you to write something, because I could make this. It always sounds really fun to talk about writing something, and then when you get to that moment where you're supposed to produce something, and it's not happening, nothing's coming out, or it's not coming out the way you want it to. It's just a very trying experience, but it is what I've read, that everyone goes through that, so you just have to accept it. So it will turn a little bit of emotions.
Okay, so you've already decided you were okay with the roller coaster that it sends you on.
Yeah,
you're good with that. We don't even need to think about it. It's not an obstacle to your
I mean, the psalmist being an example of writing songs in the Bible, you've seen him go up and down through his psalms, so it's just part of.
It's a beautiful thing.
It's part of what you do.
All right, great. Well, that does leave me with giving you a little bit of homework there before we move on to the next step, which is good, like we talked about.
Yeah.
It's positive. So you're going to want to focus on your faith, just, pressing into the Lord, family, maybe just thinking over how to turn any negative aspects of your family responsibilities, just considering possibilities to turn the negatives into positives, and then the friends aspect also, which you had some really great points about that. Okay.
Right.
Moving on. So, I think we're kind of talking about options when I'm telling you, you have a little bit of homework to do.
Yeah.
Probably not going to be able to unravel the years of, all the different aspects that we talked about in one session.
Right.
But we are highlighting them, so now they're kind of on the front burner for you to think about. Okay. So next, what we want to do is, you're going to be kind of thinking about different options, regarding those different topics. And I think the next thing that we're going to do then is we're going to talk about this music writing goal. And I think this is a good time for us to actually make that goal super specific, because once we can pinpoint, a goal, make it really simple and to the point, then it's easier to tackle. Okay? Is that all right with you?
Yeah, would be good.
That would be good. That's why you came here. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So I'm gonna ask a bunch of questions. All right.
Okay.
Can you state your goal to write music as specific as possible? What is the first goal that you would take, the first step?
I'd like to write one song in 1 month.
Wow. That was really good.
Yeah, I think you have to do that to yourself, right? Or otherwise you can just keep.
I'm writing your homework.
Okay.
Okay. So your goal is one song in 1 month. That's fantastic. That's measurable there. That's fantastic. Okay. So because, you came here having had a struggle to do something like this before, right?
Yeah.
Have you ever done this?
I haven't written a song last month. Or the month before, or the month before.
Right.
So yeah.
Yeah, you answered that question the way I was hoping.
Yeah, it's not, if I was already doing that, I wouldn't be here.
Okay, great. So how do you feel? Do you feel confident that you can reasonably reach this goal?
I think it's going to be difficult, but I think I can do it. I know I can do it. It's just, it's not going to happen unless I really put in the time. You circled a couple of things that I got to address.
Yeah. Okay, here's a bit of a redundant question maybe, but it's worth asking. It's just highlighting what we already talked about. How relevant is this particular goal to your overall goal of writing in general?
Well, a lot of times with writing, it's momentum, so it's perfectly relevant, because if I can meet that goal, might be 2 songs in the next month.
Perfect.
Hopefully you exceed your goals when it comes to something like this, because again, it's supposed to be off of momentum.
Okay, then the next thing I have to ask for you is to make your success measurable in every little step you take. Okay, so we want this to be successful, so we're going to make it time specific. So you've already done that.
Yeah, the 1 month,
by saying,
right?
To do one song in 1 month. Let's get even more specific and say, now not everyone operates this way. So maybe you're gonna tell me, oh, that doesn't really work for me. But can you let's take out our invisible calendar.
Okay.
Can you put some points on the calendar to say exactly what days you're gonna do that? Can we do that?
Pending, working this out with the family was the time management thing, but I would say Saturdays is always a good day, particularly Saturday mornings, bunker down for a couple of hours.
Okay, this is what I'm going to do, because we want to do something that's actually realistic for you. That's your homework. By the time we talk again, you need to be able to plot out on a calendar. Is that okay?
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, I mean, I was thinking once a week would help me reach that goal of one song in 1 month.
The day and time each week.
Yeah, I was thinking it would be
each week.
A weekly thing.
Great. And that sounds realistic to you, yes? Great.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I don't know about you, but this all looks good to me. Okay. So, all that being said, are you okay with us summarizing what we've been over today?
Yeah, let's do it.
Fantastic. All right. Can you tell me what you feel you accomplished in our time together today?
Putting together a practical plan to do something that's what I feel is like very impractical helps me know that there's you know, going to be, I don't want to say a chance, but there's going to be the opportunity for me to get this going, and maybe identifying a little bit of, all right, there's going to be some difficulty, but I know where that difficulty comes from, and I can kind of take that head on.
That's great. Okay. What would you say were highlights from our session, or just name one highlight from our session?
You know, breaking down those 7 different areas of what might influence my goal, and just there's something about, even when you already know something, like there's a lot of things I think I was aware of, but I didn't say them out loud until now. So when you say them out loud, you hear yourself say them, it kind of activates a little bit of something. For me, some of it renews things that I maybe was trying to walk out before and just kind of left it alone, and time got away from me. So just having you, again, that was the whole purpose that you said that you have, right? Is not to try to redirect me to something different, but just to kind of point me back to myself and my relationship with God ultimately.
What's he saying?
And so I was able to kind of get that mirror again and say, oh yeah, this is who I am, and this is how this you know, is supposed to be, and this, you know, this is what I've heard from God, and these are the challenges. So just hearing myself talk about that is refreshing.
That's great.
Yeah, it kind of clears things up.
Yeah. So I've got 2 more questions for you. Okay. This next question should set us up for even better session next time. But how can I, as your coach, better help you to meet your needs for reaching your goals? Could I have done anything different this session?
Do something different, but you know, just really keeping track of the little things that play out in the larger thing when it comes to my specific goal of writing music, because it is, I think, the most difficult part of it is trying to say, okay, what little thing here is keeping you, because it's one of those things you can shake your head and say, it's such an easy thing to do, and yet it's so hard for people to actually just finish, especially for me. It's like I start songs, but I don't finish them. So just to, I guess not be, you know, afraid to criticize or help me think critically about it. You know, not to beat myself up, but just to say, okay, you know, but you didn't, you know, to kind of target those things so I can maybe find where the difficulty may be. So.
One more question.
Sure.
Okay. When you think about yourself having written all the songs that are stored up in your heart, when you think about yourself finally in that place, how do you feel about it?
I feel excited. I think, you know, I would just be just dying to get out there and show as many people as I can, and just feel proud of, you know, almost in a humble way. Like, it's amazing, some of the stuff that I have worked on before, I've been able to listen to it with fresh ears and say, that's me. Like, that's not me, but it is, you know, and so it's, I know it's coming from a source outside myself, and I actually like what I'm hearing and like what God's doing through me. So it is exciting to get that place, because that's what's kept bringing me back, is that I just know, you know, it's not about being famous or thinking I'm the best of, you know, like a lot of musicians get in the secular world caught up in, but just the communication that music is. It's a language. I would be very excited to just to be able to actually present that to people, because right now it's like I have that, but I can't actually show anybody anything. If I say, oh yeah, I write music, I have nothing.
Right.
Go to this, download, or you know, here's a CD or anything like that. And who knows what it could lead to. You know, I think I've learned to not really think too much down that road expectation wise, but just to be excited, because it would just be enough to know that I did what I was supposed to do, and then
wow, yeah, that's
God has a way of surprising you with what that leads to next. So I'll leave that to Him.
All right, I really, really appreciate you sharing with me today and allowing me to be with you on this ride. And I believe that you can do it. I just want to encourage you to keep on believing you can do it because all things are possible with God. And here's your homework.
All right.
And I'll be seeing you.
Yeah, thank you.
Okay,
Thank
thanks. Bye.